What the fuck is happening here? Movies. There are a lot of movies that I like, and you guys always ask me to make my favorite anime movies list, right? So here it is, my favorite anime movies list. So don't expect all your favorite movies to be in the list, and this is not based on popularity or rating. Although it was pretty difficult for me to make this list because there are so many good movies out there that I wanted to talk about. So I have put all the names of the anime movies that I have watched till now in the description. You can check it out if you want to. So now let's get to my favorite anime movies list. So on number 10, we have In This Corner of the World. I have talked about this movie already in my that video. This movie shows the reality of war, of how civilians are affected by the war. The movie shows how Japanese people fare during the war. The characters are all innocent in the movie and no need to worry about falling into depression. This film is little bit different from Grave of the Fireflies. This film's taste is just like its song, so beautiful, soft and sad, but very strong. You know, the best thing about this movie is that it is hand painted because the team thought that it was the only right way to show same love that protagonist shows for the painting in the movie. And I really love the main message of this movie, to keep finding love, smile and beauty even in the worst life situations. It's such a heartwarming, beautiful anime, kinda inspiring too. I still remember the impact of this movie when I watched it for the first time. It kept me weeping for about 30 minutes after watching it. It's well crafted, that gives you a mixed emotion of sorrow, happiness and hope. I don't hesitate to say this is one of the best anime movies that I have ever seen. So on number 9, Into the Forest of the Fireflies. It is a story of a 6-year-old girl named as Hotaru who gets lost in a forest inhabited by yokais. Later she is found by a mask-wearing human-like entity named as Gin, who informs Hotaru that he will disappear forever if he is touched by a human. At summer's end, she leaves Gin to return to the city for her studies. Hotaru promises to return to visit him every summer holiday. As the years goes by, Gin hardly ages while Hotaru physically matures and grows closer to his apparent age. Upon reaching adolescence, Hotaru begins to fall in love with Gin without even thinking of the uncertain future, while Gin wishes he could touch and hold the young woman that Hotaru has become. When Hotaru reaches high school, Gin takes her on a date to a festival in a forest hosted by the spirits. No more spoilers, watch the movie yourself. This is a great short film. I loved every minute of it. So you can watch it if you want to. So on number 8, Sword of the Stranger. This movie is from Studio Bones, the studio that gave us Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, Soul Eater and all the rest. This movie is about a stranger samurai who has no name. That's his name is No Name. This movie is gorgeous, not much else to say other than that. Any film can sprinkle in a fight scene between plot points to make it interesting, but the artful fights throughout Sword of the Strangers practically reach out of the screen and slaps you with their awesomeness. I'm showing the little bit of the proof. I mean, just trust me, that ending fight scene is still one of the best fighting scenes of all time, perfectly made. The music in the background is just epic. They use everything as advantage to push each other backwards. Not the ending fight scene, but there are many more fight scenes in the movie which are just epic. The story of the movie will not win any awards, that's a fact, but the likable characters and exceptional pacing make for an experience that doesn't feel like it is a boring movie. You have to watch it. So on number 7, Tokyo Godfathers. Have you heard about Satoshi Kon? Definitely you have heard about him. He is one of the best directors of all time, just like Miyazaki. When I first heard about this movie, I was not ready to watch this movie just because it was very different from the Satoshi Kon's other works. But after watching it, I can gladly say this movie is excellent, just like other works of Satoshi Kon. I wanted to keep Paprika here, but this movie deserves to be here. Tokyo Godfather has a quite straightforward story, unlike the reality within a reality illusion. That's what Satoshi Kon is famous for. The film's linear narrative is carried by 3 main characters. Their personalities all bounces off each other in a simultaneously mutual love and hate for each other, combined with the narrative device of the Christmas miracle. It's spectacularly a funny film, which is quite the feat when you are dealing with the serious issue of Tokyo's growing homeless population. So, if you want to watch this movie, you can try it out too. So now on number 6 we have The Troublemaker. Well, no matter what you say, we all loved this movie and this too. Seriously, I cannot start talking about Haruhi Suzumiya without mentioning this dance performance because I also used to do this back then. That's not in the movie though. This movie is the continuation of Haruhi Suzumiya season 1 and season 2. To me, it is like Back to the Future and... Oh shit, it's a wonderful movie from start to finish. If you like Haruhi Suzumiya novels and anime series, then you should definitely watch this movie. In my opinion, probably one of the best anime movies I have seen. The movie was simply fantastic. The animation I thought was amazing in itself, and of course you shouldn't just walk in this movie with no prior knowledge of the show because you will understand nothing about what's going on. Anyway, I thought the story was gripping and interesting. I would recommend this movie to any fan of the series, and I would recommend this series to anyone I met. The series is amazing and the movie is no exception, just like the series. So make sure if you haven't watched Haruhi Suzumiya yet, go for it. So on number 5 we have Summer Wars. As I always say this, the animation doesn't make the movie perfect. It's the story and feeling that are put into the movie that makes the movie perfect. Well, actually this movie is just like second movie of Digimon.
Oz is a virtual world where people from across the globe can come together online. Many administrative agencies and local governments maintain branches in Oz. Your personal information is safe, thanks to the most advanced encryption system known to man.
Entire humanity gets dependent on it. Later a virus attacks Oz and tries to destroy the world. A fucking science fiction. But that's not why I loved this movie. I loved it because it shows the importance of family, how a family stays together even in the hard times. Summer Wars combines the effects of technology with the family drama, which you will love eventually. It has a fight game, a card game which you will not understand. All you will understand is koi koi. Summer Wars is not the best anime movie ever, but thanks to Gigak I found this wonderful movie in my life because I remembered my entire family while watching this movie who lives very far away from each other. My entire family knows that I watch anime, but still they don't say anything to me about my passion towards this medium. That's how a family should be, I guess. They should support each other even if it is embarrassing. I doubt that many of you will not love this movie as much as I did, but family comes first, right? And lastly, what this movie is about. Never turn your back on your family.
Especially when times are rough.
So on number 4 we have the phenomenal movies, which includes Your Name and A Silent Voice. I have talked a lot about these two movies in my those videos, so it's Animality will take this from here.
Now it's my turn, so hand it over to me. Yes, these two movies, Your Name and A Silent Voices, are entirely different from each other. One will give you visual pleasure and a relief to your mind whenever you watch it again and again. But A Silent Voice is a movie which talks about some serious topics like depression, bullying, suicidal tendencies. These two movies tell very beautiful lessons to you. It's up to you what you take in from these movies. And I'm gonna say only this much because Yuzuki has given me particular time frame that this is your time and you have to complete in it. So
that's enough already. Now let me take the charge again. Now on number 3, the Anthem of the Heart. Phew. The reason why this movie is here because this was me in my school days. I think some of you have already noticed this, right? I can't speak properly. It is true. In my school days, I was a complete failure. Whenever teacher used to ask me to read anything, it was a complete disaster. But as time passed, that habit faded away, although it still exists somewhere inside of me. To the movie now. This movie shows the story of a girl who wasn't able to speak because of the things she said in her past, which made her parents to get divorced. Due to that, a curse is casted on her. This fucking egg is responsible for everything, which does not allow her to speak. Whenever she tries to speak, she just can't. And this is the reason why I love this movie so much. And I don't care about you guys, whether you like this movie, whether you hate this movie. I loved it because it showed my entire childhood.
呪いをかけたのは私。卵は私。 一人で卵に閉じこもってた私自身。
And listen, I'm not making this list according to the popularity of the movie. I'm making this list according to my feelings that are connected with those movies. Number 2, the Studio Ghibli. I kept it like this because if I put my favorite Ghibli movies here, my entire list will be filled with Ghibli movies. And I don't think that I need to talk much about this studio, so here are my favorite movies of this studio. The Spirited Away, When Marnie Was There, Howl's Moving Castle, Grave of the Fireflies, The Cat Returns, Kiki's Delivery Service, The Wind Rises, and all the rest except Tales of Earthsea. The number 1 is...
こいつで指名だ。
ああ、指名だ。てめえの取り戻したろくでもない未来はな。
Gintama, the movie, the final chapter, Be Forever, Yorozoya.
よろずや坂田銀時。
This movie is bad. If there is someone who says this, fuck you, I don't care about your opinion. Since I'm a Gintama fan, I have already watched all the episodes and read all the chapters of it, and I have watched more than 30 movies, but this movie is really something. So I can finally shout this. This movie is and always will be the best movie I have ever watched. Well, maybe not the best to others, but I can safely say this. This is a perfect movie. No, I'm not keeping it here because I'm a big Gintama fan or whatever. But ask the people who love Gintama why they love it so much. Just why they love these precious idiot characters. Gintama is not always about the comedy. That's what many people think of it anyway. But you guys, trust me. I cried. I laughed. I felt the emotions. I cursed myself for not watching this movie sooner. To be honest, I was speechless when I watched this movie for the first time. I can't even describe how much it has touched me. So many tears were shed as well as laughter. If you are in doubt of watching it or not, simply watch it. Just watch it. You will not regret a single thing about it. And tell me, the movie that made you fall off your chair while laughing, made you cry like a shit, made you cry and laugh at the same time, made you feel connected with the stupid characters in the movie. Isn't it that anime movie should be considered as the best anime movie ever? That's just my thought, okay? I won't give much spoiler about this one. They wouldn't really ruin the movie anyway. Gintama is amazing, so sit tight and prepare to go through a roller coaster of emotions. And if you haven't watched Gintama from the beginning, I don't know what you are waiting for. Stop wasting your time with this video, just go and start to watch Gintama from the beginning. And you know what I actually like about this Gintama movie? Its ending is wonderful.
約束ある。
きっとですよ。
ああ。
So that was pretty difficult to make a top 10 list. I don't know how people make top 10 videos so fast. So this might be probably my second and last video making a top 10 list. I realized it a long time ago why my favorite anime YouTubers stopped making top 10 or my favorite anime videos. It's because they realized that nothing stays best forever. There might be something new coming in the future which will surpass the previous anime, movies, games or whatever. And the movies that I mentioned in my videos are not the best anime movies ever, but the possibilities are endless, you know. You will definitely find many more movies out here in this medium which will definitely connect with you. If you haven't found any, keep looking for it. You will definitely find a movie one day that will deeply connect with you.